Do you want your team to feel and behave like owners? Give them stock options. This is how you could do it.
Sharing is caring. Here we're going to be looking at really the longer term gain sharing, value sharing, and even stock sharing plans. They're really at the heart of a lot of the most progressive firms. First, let's come back to bonuses. We really do recommend that if you're going to pay them, you pay it out sometime after the end of the year and not quarterly. Because if you do, then it starts to feel like a part of people's normal compensation and thus an entitlement. Now that means you need to start out with fair pay at the base level. And in many cases, these bonuses can add anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20% of their compensation. And if you do get pressured into paying it out quarterly, one of the things that Jack Stack recommends at The Great Game of Business, so that you don't get caught paying out quarterly and then have a bad second half of the year and now you're stuck, is to take whatever that total bonus would be and pay out just 10% of it the first quarter. And if they miss the targets, roll it over, 20% for the second, 30% for the third, and 40% for the fourth. So they can either make a steady increasing amount of money heading into the holidays, or it rolls over and they can win with what we call a Hail Mary pass. But you want to keep this long term. The other thing that Allied Printing did is they only pay out 50% of the annual bonus sometime after the end of the year, and the other 50% then vests over the next 7 years. It goes into pots of money, and one of the things we know are people are willing to do more to avoid a loss than to get a gain. And so their theory, and it's proved out, is that people are going to be less likely to leave the company, particularly the more years they're there, because those pots of money in the future are growing. And so these are some of the clever ways that you can begin to incentivize, like Bank of America is with their stock vesting over 4 years instead of the annual bonus pool, in order to, again, attract and retain talent. And so I want to take you up to Steve Rothschild's firm with only 7 employees, already with a fair base pay. In 2019, he decided with his employees to start doing a profit sharing plan. It was divvied out once a year based on people's level of salary in the organization. And right away, he knew that it wasn't going to cause anybody to work harder, but it would cause them to make better decisions. And that's what you really want to do with this 5th design principle, is get everybody in the organization thinking like owners.